What's up, guys? So I think it's high time you guys begin to give me my flowers, like seriously, in this industry, because all my predictions are like 90% correct most of the time. Before CPI came out yesterday, I mentioned that these are my expectations. I told you guys that when the market comes out, we might have a quick drop and then a rally to the upside on AED USD. I said the same thing for SND USD, which happened exactly just like I pointed out. I mentioned the same thing on GBP USD. I told you guys that the market would drop because it was a fundamental decision though, but I explained how I came up with that decision. I told you guys that PPI came out suggesting that the Fed rate, the inflation has slowed, and I told you guys that CPI might actually consolidate on that. However, of course, initial jobless claims also came out alongside with CPI, which kind of altered the effect it would have had on the market, kind of balanced things out. But however, we are almost sure that by next week, when the interest rate decision is decided and the FOMC also, USD might get much more weaker. Okay, so that said, let me tell you guys my major currency pair I'm looking out for today. My major currency pair for today is actually Euro GBP. Euro GBP, I have eyes on Euro GBP, and this is still what I'm expecting. Okay, this week I've not entered much, many trades, maybe about 3 or 4 this week so far. I don't think it's up to 4. I think 3. So far has been a good week though. But on Euro GBP, what I'm expecting now is for the market to come and do a quick sweep of this level, and then rally to the upside. I think that's the next thing that happened now. Now, why am I making that decision? Very simple. On Euro GBP, we've seen a multiple sweep below this liquidity, but the market is yet to give us a move to the upside, which is indicative of the fact that sufficient liquidity has not been fully grabbed from this level, liquidity from this level has not been sufficient to give us the rally we're looking up for. So this market might come to do another sweep on the second level before going. So this is what I'm expecting here. So I'm expecting that this market will give us an entry somewhere here. This market will give us an entry somewhere at about this level, and we can probably even rally up to this previous high here. Okay, so this is like a 30 pips. I'm accommodating for this initial level also. If you just want to be safe, you might even want to take it from this level, but that might be a bit too. I mean, we're playing to win, not to lose. All right. So so this is what I'm expecting. Okay, we might get an entry somewhere around this level, but that would a 30 pips entry. But if that doesn't happen today, probably by next week that would also happen. Then also on USD card yesterday, I told you guys, sorry, on USD CHF, not USD card now. On USD CHF, I told you guys to book your profits as at when the market was somewhere here. I mentioned it clearly. I told you guys, if you're on a trade, if you're on a buy on this trade, close up now, close up and move. Some of you listened, some of you did not. If you listened, good for you. If you didn't listen, are you expecting this market to come back here? You might wait for a very long time, because that might not happen. Okay, so on USD CHF, this market best bet is about to start going down from here. Like I said, from next week, beginning of next week to the end, USD might just keep getting weaker and weaker up until the Fed interest rate decision coming up. I think on Wednesday now, or was it on Thursday? I can't remember now. So on USD CHF, we might see the market go weaker and weaker. So what I will actually be expecting is something like this. I'm looking for opportunity to actually sell. Okay, because it's a good currency to sell. I showed you guys the daily time frame, what the daily time frame looked like. That was on Monday or so. I told you guys that this market most likely is God, why are you not zooming? I told you guys that this market most likely is about to give us a fall up to this 0.79173 level. Let me take this out of the way now. Okay, I mentioned that that's tested it the first time, and the market is about to do the second touch to that level. So we might get this market to give us an entry from here. If the market does a little bit of rally, hopefully today, I might not even this fair value gap you're seeing here might not be mitigated. Honestly speaking, it might not. Okay, so we might see this market actually give us a fall from here, and I think if I put a Fibonacci from this level, in fact, from this level here, swing high to swing low, you will see that this 60, this place where the market is falling from is between a 50% level and a 61.8% level, which is indicative that the market can actually, do a full reversal from this level, which looks like what is happening. So if I'm able to get a retest of that level, if I'm able to get a retest of this level, trust me, I'm selling. Okay, so USD CHF is another currency pair that I really have my eyes on for today. Let me go ahead and set an alarm because 0.79941 0.79941 79941. Good. So that if the market ever comes to that level, I will look for entries and I would be selling USD CHF. GBP JPY has been able to reach profit targets. So what happens from here next is all dependent on the market. There's no clear direction unless the market reacts from this level. On GBP card, which is our most stubborn trade, is still ongoing. It's shockingly still ongoing. Stop loss, it has not been hit. Take profit is not going anywhere. It's just there. So let's just keep watching it until next week to see what happens, or maybe if it's able to end up today, then it's still fine. All right. So I think let me answer one question from the comment section, because all I want to be doing in this daily tips is to try to answer one question from our comment sections all over social media: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So I just try to answer one question from every day. So just to keep you guys, aside giving you guys my analysis, I want to also be using this as an opportunity to also teach you guys what I think. So how long is this video now? Okay, this is about 7 minutes now. All right, so now somebody asked me a question one time as regards whether it's better to use a real account or better to use a funded account. That means funded prop account. Okay, and this person was like, I have $200 and I'm finding it hard to decide whether to go for a real account or a prop account. Now my sincere question is this: every single time I obviously would choose a real account over a prop account. Now that is my decision. I'll tell you why, and I'll also tell you why in some cases it's better to use a prop than a real account. Now a real account is for practice. It's not a prop account is not for practice. A prop account is for scaling, is not for practice. Now when I mean practice, for instance, now when you're having a real account, you have full equity to yourself. There's nothing like daily drawdown. Equity is full. Okay, you can decide to trade with the entire $200 and test all your possible strategies. Now prop is just an exam. Prop is equivalent to an examination. That's what it is. Okay, because how the exams work: you learn the full curriculum, and at the end of the semester they give you an examination with, they might say, answer 10 questions, 10 objective, 10 theory questions, blah 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 blah, and they want you to answer questions based on certain things, not the whole. They don't ask you questions based on the whole curriculum. Okay, they ask you questions based on what they feel that are the most important things you should know. So prop firms are like examinations. It doesn't show the full capacity or the full capability of a student, because if you agree with me that sometimes you write exams in school and you passed, but you know that the reason why you passed is not because you were actually that brilliant. It's just that the place you read in the exam is the place that actually came out. So you read here, and that's exactly where it came out in the exam, and they score you 90 over 100. But you know that if they had asked from the other part of the book where you did not read, you probably would have gotten a 40 over 100 and probably, resat for the exam. Okay, so prop are like examination. So they tell you, you have to do a consistency, whatever consistency. They tell you, daily drawdown, palaver, daily drawdown, max drawdown. Tell you your profit margin should not be up to whatever. Tell you equity, whatever. Those are all examination kind of rules. So it's not a true test of his brilliant, because you agree with me that some of your classmates that used to tear first position when they were in school, some of them now like they'll be doing POS. Now there's nothing wrong with doing POS, but when you compare it with some of your mates that that are doing much more in life, they used to carry the class. They used to be like the 47 out of 47, 51 out of 51, 112 out of 112. But you can see that they're actually doing very, very well in life. So life can shock you like that when it comes to forex. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that if you're not if you don't pass a profit, you don't know what you're doing. It simply means that you're not able to pass the exam. That's simple. It's not a true test of a trader's capability. How we know a trader's full capability is your ability to actually trade a real account and what you can do on a real account where you have full equity to yourself, and have full balance to yourself, okay, and a leverage of your choice. You understand? So for me, unless you have traded a real account and actually done very well on the real account, probably scale, let's say you start with the $200, and then you trade it, it became let's say $350, then you can withdraw $150 out of this to now buy a prop firm. Okay, so if you've not perfected with a real account, it will be very sad for you and bad experience for you to start going for proper firm. Just like you've not done theory, you didn't attend classes, and you want to start going straight into writing the examination. What will happen? You will fail. So prop accounts are not for practice; they are for scaling. Real accounts is for practice. Prop is for scaling. That said, thank you guys. Please make sure you like this video if you're enjoying these sessions, if you're enjoying these live sessions with me every morning. I love doing it because I love teaching, and I'll keep teaching you guys. I'll keep doing my best. So please, the best you can do for me is to make sure you subscribe, and also to like these videos, and also to share with your friends that you're also learning forex with. Okay, so that's join the Telegram group. The link is on the description. It's absolutely free. You get free signals and free updates every now and then. And if you want to join the mentorship program, the link is also on the description. That said, love you guys. Catch you guys tomorrow. All the best. Bye for now.